In this video, I'm going to share with you one skill that all great players possess. It gives them that rhythmical looking golf swing, that effortless looking golf swing, yet at the same time gives them immense strike on the ball and immense power. Everybody can learn this. Yes, it does take time, but in this video, I'm going to share with you step by step how you today can start to begin the process of achieving that effortless look that gives you some real good strikes and some real good distance. Before I get into the video, look, if you're new to the channel, it's one of your first lessons of mine, please consider subscribing. Just press that little bell button, next subscribe button, you get notified every time I release a video just like this one. Plus, you never have to remember a thing. I'll always put a downloadable practice guide in the description box below. So, what do great players, what gives them that effortless look? It's super simple, it's a pattern, right? And I'll show you what that pattern is and then I'll show you how you can begin learning it. So the pattern is simply this. The backswing starts from the ground up, it's led. The arms are basically being led by what the body is doing. And I'm going to show you in an exaggerated way so you can physically see it. They're using the body to sling the arms back into the backswing. So that the arms are always following the body this way. Now, what's going to bring those arms down? Well, the lower body, in a sense, leads the way, and the arms are following the body. They are never, leading the motion. If I do this, they'll lead the motion the way back, and if I do this, they lead the motion the way through. That is what looks like lots of effort. The effortless comes when the body's always leading that motion. But the question is, how do you achieve it? And it's not easy. You've got to learn feel. So I like to do this step by step. The first stage is, look, you've got to build this from the ground up. So I need you to build it from the ground up, step by step. I'm going to show you with driver in a second too. So let's start with the feet on the ground. All I want you to do is take your club. I want you to take a little step to your backside and then forward. And all you're going to do is create a rhythm of this. 1, 2. So the feet are close together. 1, 2. 1, 2. There's a rhythm. Notice this. At no stage am I going 1, 2. That's too long. It becomes 1, 2. Then what I want you to do is this. What I want you to do now is you're going to try and keep this going, the 1, 2, while simultaneously making a backswing. And as I step here, I want to use that step to help lead this club away. As soon as I put that foot down, I'm going to use the force to throw my arms just a little bit upwards while simultaneously stepping. Watch. 1, 2. Can you see that? Yeah? 1, 2. So I've got 1, 2. Now some people often maybe see this as, why are you swaying around, Danny? No, this would be swaying. Yeah? I'm not doing that. I'm stepping. Yeah, so my pressure's staying very centered here, right? What I'm doing is I'm going 1, 2. Yeah? 1, 2. Now I'm organizing this swing. Can you see that there? Now, once you've got that, then I want you to imagine that this club is like a match. So imagine this is a long match with a little end there, and what we're going to do, we're going to strike the match. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some sound effects to this, because I think auditory cues and stuff really help you learn this so much faster and so much better. So, ready? So, still small, isn't it? Look at it from here. And the striking of the match is super important, because when this is angled forward here, a lot of people misinterpret striking down by going down. But ultimately, look, there's the match coming down, and as I strike it, I'm actually, yes, I've come down, the club's going to strike down, but I'm also working the club, look, out of the turf. This is what gives the best players the downward strike on the ball, but shallow divots, because they basically take the club out of that turf. Now you're just trying to kind of feel and match these motions up. Yeah, you can almost hear that. It's like a little dance, isn't it, right? So we start really small with this, okay? Feet close together. And to be honest with you, I hit that too long. I've hit that too long. Yes, it's gone 130 yards for an 8-iron, but that's way too long. I don't want you to work on that. That's really exaggerating it. I want you to start off super small with this. And gentle, just so you can feel that timing. Can you see each time I've always formed the platform And it's very similar to what you would do if you were throwing a ball. If I threw a ball, look, as I go back, the leg's always going forward. Yes, it's natural. We don't throw a ball like this, back and through. It's always this stretch. If I play baseball, same principle, look at this. There's always this stretch. So what this exercise is doing is training something that you do naturally anyway, okay? But because golf is a static sport, we get sometimes a little bit too static. So start off like that and then gradually expand it. Now, what I would do is if we're in a kind of video here, right? So between me and you. So we want to speed up this process, but I would literally camp out there for a little bit, get used to that there, get that organization in, and that could be a practice session. But once you're ready to move on, then you start to amplify it up. And all you do is you amplify the amount of force that this foot puts into the ground here, and then again here. And that increases the length of your swing. So it looks a bit more like this time. So I'm amplifying it up just a little bit more. Still feet close together. And hopefully you start to see this. There we go, amplify up, 88.5 miles an hour, 160 yards now, gradually going. Now, all I'm doing, like I said, to get longer is I'm not trying to turn here. All I'm doing is literally creating my arms, throwing those arms back, using the body to throw them back. And I'm forming that platform bit by bit. So, things that you can do to kind of feel this sometimes, grab an alignment stick. If you want to feel what that match is like, feel that there, look. Listen to that noise. Hear that whip. And then you could apply, look, the upward motion. You could get the feel just of that. A few of them noises. Notice the difference. So if I was to do this, not as much to striking the match upwards. So now it becomes this. And I've always got that platform always got the platform sorted before there's a smash through impact, okay? So let's show you how you can apply this to driver. So same thing with driver. Clearly with a driver we want to hit up on the ball, okay? But hitting up on the ball does not mean this. Yeah, we still got our match. We're still coming down, yeah? What we're going to do though is the ball now is further forward in our stance. So as we start to get to the low point of the arc here, we're going to start hitting up on the driver. Not because we're doing this, but because look, from here we are now almost keeping the loft of the driver down, but our match is going upwards. That's the technical bit. You still need to organize it with the body. None of it will work without it. So look again. Start small maybe. Can you see when I'm doing this? I've already formed my platform to then work upwards. I am not, which I see a lot, or hookers. Everything when you step is going together. Learn that feeling. We'll show you how you do this from a standing position in a second, but learn the feeling first. So look at this with driver. It's nice and small to start with, no big ones. So feet fairly close together. So it won't get up in the air too much, but just there you go. So just a tap down there, just a tap, just feeling that sensation. And then gradually, again, it can feel a bit strange to start with. I gave this to my wife Laura actually earlier today, and I'll show you the lesson at some stage on YouTube. But you know, it was a tricky thing to get coordinated. But once she got it, my God, she could feel the whoosh. She said, I could really feel that whoosh at the bottom. Okay, so let's one more time with this. A little bit longer, still not huge, but a little bit longer. Club head speed up to 100 miles an hour now, bit by bit, look, we're starting to get there. And all I would do is start to ramp that up, little bit at a time, okay? So, how do you transfer this now to a standing position? Well, all you've got to do is, you've now learned it in a very extreme way, yeah? You've felt the difference, and you've now got some idea, and you don't rush into this, you've got some idea of how those forces are working separate, 1, 2. Once you've done that, then it's a case of you can start to get more subtle like the best players do. So what you do is clearly what you can do now is it's like, okay, I've now got some feeling. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm really going to feel that this trail side is really used to push and really get that club going this way while simultaneously here. Now you won't be able to physically see this when you watch, but you'll start to, in a sense, see it hopefully in the rhythm of the swing. So again, start really small initially, and we'll start and see how we go. So nice and easy to start with. And look at that, so we rack up there from 109 club head speed, 262 carry. And bit by bit now, we'll start to ramp it up. And all I've done to do that is I've just applied more force. So the force isn't, by the way, it's not using my mass to go this way. I'm literally forcing the club and swinging my arms up, and then got that feeling of stepping, and then forcing it this way. So start to organize your swing, add sound effects to it, so you can kind of help organize it so you don't have to be stuck in your head. So it becomes this, and strike the match. Super, super simple to kind of comprehend. To do can be tricky initially. That's why this is winter here at the moment. Take your time with it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process of learning to coordinate that swing. This next video over here will be a massive help and really complement this one. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and of course, look, if you're new to the channel, come and join the community by pressing that subscribe button and the bell. But until next week, have a great golfing week.